Hello everyone, and welcome back to our Unholy Horde playthrough on the channel. And before we get started, I would just like to ask that you subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And while you are below the video, maybe you consider liking this video as well. If just 10% of the viewers over the last month were to subscribe, that would actually bring us up over the 1,000 subscriber marker, which would be incredible. Just about 90% of viewers over the last month are not actually subscribed, so it would help a ton if you were one of the few that actually decided to do that. And with that out of the way, let's get back into the video. And last time we were preparing to attack Lincoln over here, and we're still going to do that. But York actually got brought over into this alliance or kingdom here, and I think it's probably going to be this kingdom over here. That's or well, the city that is actually the leader of the kingdom. Probably, I'm thinking, because it seemed like it grew out of this area and became larger that way. So I think this was Madrid. I think it was Madrid. And yeah, I'm hoping that we can get Lincoln so that we can actually be attached to this kingdom, and hopefully they are buying and selling some nice goods. And it looks like they have some nice amount of bandit camps that are just kind of sitting around. So hopefully that goes well. And it looks like Canterbury is going to be attacked by London. So we're going to need to get over to Lincoln somewhat fast so that we can get back and defend Canterbury. But what we're going to do, we're going to try to wait for these last, well, probably at least that guy. So that's 18 hours for this strongest warrior to get here. And the other two will also be here right about the same time. And that will definitely give us pretty good odds of taking down Lincoln with relatively low losses. Now, since it keeps on getting canceled, I think because Lana and Emma don't have the greatest relation, right now it's plus 33. But if it gets too low, they won't do the wise conversation, so I did just have to reactivate it. And at the same time, we are going to go ahead and put Emma onto a fresh start, let her learn that. Of course, maybe she'll actually learn it from Lana directly, but if not, then she can learn it in conversation, or learn it by studying it instead. And we also have the shields. We can go ahead and sell that now. Both Lana and Emma have it, so there's no real reason to keep that book around anymore. Everything else I think we are okay on. Now, it does look like Galindos is actually desiring holy rings. We're going to go ahead and do this because we want him to be nice and happy all the time, because he is our commander and we don't want to have his mood so low that he ends up, you know, trying to start any kind of a rebellion or anything like that. I'm not actually sure if he can, because he's not really a vassal in that sense. But I know that like our heir can definitely start a rebellion, so I don't even want a chance that he could. And anyways, him having a good mood will make him better in combat, so that is kind of the main reason to do it. Okay, so now we are going to actually increase the amount of swords that we make. I think we need, let's say, 15 days and 5 each day. So that's close to 75. We've already done probably 2 days of that. We need like 65 more swords at a minimum. So we're going to set this up to 75. Yes. And we're probably good on axes for the time being. I would like to make maybe like 5 more. So that we can really equip most of our warriors, but we can probably make do with this. I think everything else is fine too. I want to really fast track these heavy armors, so we're gonna set this up to probably 40 and get rid of the shields temporarily, because the heavy armor is actually a 50% chance of survival, whereas the shields are 35%. So that is probably quite a bit better. Okay, as luck would have it, I was looking at the map and it looks like Lincoln is going to try to attack York. I have no idea how well that's actually going to work for them. But either way, it's not going to work out too well for them, because we are going to attack them right now. With 11 of their soldiers out of the way, I actually think maybe I should wait until they're too far away to return home. But we're just going to see. We're going to try to suddenly attack, and it'll take our soldiers a minute to actually get out of the city. So by that time, I don't think that it actually registers the sudden attack until you've actually left the city. So this should actually work out pretty well for us. We're gonna keep the swords. I think swords are still better than maces, as far as even against armored foes. It just says 5 times stronger than the mace. Next to axe, it says assuming no armor, but it doesn't say that next to mace, so I think the sword is still just better. Maybe it's a little less better against armor. I'm not totally sure about that, but I'm pretty sure the swords are still better, so we're just going to go ahead and use swords. I think the only reason not to is because the swords are probably a little more likely to break, and actually we're trying to sell them. Maybe I should just go ahead and use maces and then use one extra sword. We'll do that. To make a vassal, 95%. We're going to try that. They don't appear to be trying to return home, so this seems to have worked out. Now, funny enough, it appears Venice has become our enemy. They already didn't like us before, but I think since Canute died and Harold became our new ruler, I think the relation actually reset. It's just kind of funny because they are Varns, so they should just immediately be our enemy pretty much anyways, but whatever the case. Okay, so we have started our sudden attack here. It substantially hurts our relation with them, of course, so they are going to be a very unruly vassal, but we will deal with that in time. Surprisingly, the matriarch really doesn't like this, which is kind of strange because they are macaw, and actually, like, even if I go and try to help these guys with the vassalage thing, as you can see, matriarch won't approve of you assisting a macaw. So why are they upset that you're attacking a macaw? Kind of seems a little weird, doesn't it? Because they're the loving family is Tanea, in case you didn't know that. So that's why they don't like macaw, because they have xenophobia towards them. So you would think it would be totally okay for us to do this, but apparently not. And now we do have this attack going, so 3 hours and 40 minutes, and they will get back in 4 hours and 34 minutes. This is actually perfect. We're going to have to fight a much smaller army now. It looks like 7? Is that just 7 or 8? That's pretty good. Now, we did lose the favor of the matriarch, but there is a good news to that, which is that we can just go and attack this camp of forest bandits or any of these other ones once we get access to them. I thought there was some bandit, yes. 2 bandit camps there, and a third one up here. So we can definitely get our matriarch relation back to stable for sure. Now, unfortunately, it looks like London is pretty much already over here to Canterbury. I could join into this attack, just right here. But then I would have to restart the sudden attack, and I think we would get double negative penalties for that. I think. I could save right now just to test if canceling it will do that. I'm going to go ahead and try that. Okay, so I did just check, and it would, in fact, double up those negative penalties. I don't really care if Heppernoob hates us more, although I do want to try to have a decent relation with our vassal. But the biggest issue is that it brings our matriarch relation all the way down. I think it was like -40. So definitely do not want to do that. So Canterbury is going to end up being a part of London, which sucks. Hopefully they just don't cancel our trade agreement. If that happens, then it's going to be really bad. But London, I forgot how much they dislike us. I know it's pretty, yeah, -50, so I don't know how that's going to affect Canterbury here, but it definitely is going to affect things for sure. We'll just have to see how badly. Okay, and so here we are at Lincoln, and we just barely beat them. So this is going to work out nicely. It'll actually be doubly good because we can take them out much easier. But additionally to that, they'll still have soldiers. So they'll be able to defend themselves if, say, York or whoever decided to attack them, right? Now we need to actually get in there because apparently it keeps trying to continue playing. So we don't want them to actually end up joining into the battle because of that. So let's get in there. 25 versus 3. Okay, no, that's 3 on basically the melee soldiers, but there is 5 bowmen. This should still be quite easy. We're going to hit stay in the back here, just so Galindus does not end up getting killed somehow. Seems unlikely that that will happen. Now, another thing I'm going to try to do is, it seems that your warriors always try to run into the fire after the tower gets destroyed, so we're actually going to back off a little bit once it's getting... Actually, will it even let me? Seems like it will. Alright, and see if this works. I'm really not sure if it will, but it would be nice if they just stay away from the fire, you know? It doesn't... Nope. It seems like they just pull themselves in anyways. Alright, so some of them are probably going to end up with burns. I wish they would fix that. They should not run straight into the fire. Like, that's self-preservation 101. So, okay. Amount of tribute, 98. That's actually not very good. but that's not the main reason we did this, so I'm not too worried about it. Minus 59, that's not bad at all. I wonder, okay, so they already made it. Is there, I can't attack this because they're not attacking anybody that I care about, right? Oh, we actually can attack them. Will they hate that? Aggression against a neighbor, hated culture. Okay, so Halenor still likes us. Who's this? Declan. Okay. Okay, so they do hate us, but we can actually potentially fix this a little bit. We'll send Emma to make a. No, we don't want to do the peace treaty yet. Actually, come to think of it, because they may end up just trying to declare their neutrality or declare their freedom or whatever, and then because of that, we wouldn't be able to attack them again. Now, of course, the unfortunate part here is that Lincoln attacked York first, making it so that they were no longer a vassal of this kingdom, so now we're not bordered with them. Stupid Lincoln really making things difficult here. So I think we're going to have to attack York, and luckily they are already independent, and they are extremely weak. But this is going to upset the matriarch even more. Wait, isn't that the person that we sent? Isn't that... Hold on, isn't this our former lord? I know that's what her name was. I swear, right? This is her. This has to be her. Who was her husband? Weird, yeah, it does seem like, her husband, something happened to him, or he got passed up and she became the Queen of York, but, Zivka, who was our previous lord, and we sent her off, for a bridal price, is actually the Queen of York now, which is... I think that's pretty amazing. So I'm still deciding if I actually want to attack this. We cancel it now. Saying 81%, this is a nice way to make London a lot weaker. And then we can go and attack York right after. It's really going to upset the matriarch, though. I don't think that attacking this army will, but everything else definitely is going to hurt. Let's see. Do they have the research for faster army? It doesn't seem like it, so we should be able to catch them. Alright, let's go ahead and just do it. Let's just do it. This is too easy of a way to take a step away from London having so much dominance in the region. But here we are at the trader now, and we're going to sell a few of these medical salves, even though I really need to try to keep some for our warriors. We have a lot of taxes to be paid, unfortunately, as well. We'll sell some of these tools, and try to keep just about everything else. We do have, I think it was shields. Yes, I think it's shields that we can actually sell now. And unfortunately no prisoners, so this is not really doing so well for us. We could just kick this can down the road and not actually sell this yet. And just take more taxes later and try to deal with this later. But we need the paper, that's the main thing. And I would also like to pick up at least a few more rings. We'll just pick all those up. So that's 400. Yeah, that's okay. We have 4,600. Tenea shields would actually be really good since we already have shields. Your shield-bearing lords and warriors are twice as well protected against arrows regardless of skill. So that would definitely be a good thing to have for us. Effective, what was that? Oh, effective preaching. Yeah, we don't really need that. I don't think we really need any of this. Maybe, like, defensive towers. But I don't think we're going to have to deal with... I think people are really too scared to attack us. So I'm just going to take that. That's pretty good. And we do... How are we doing on rye? Not so good. And we have, of course, no hops, but I'm not going to pay for them right now. We'll just buy beer. We'll just straight up buy beer. That's 800. Okay, 3,000. We still have 3,000. So I'm okay with that. And hopefully we can catch these guys pretty quickly. Okay, so really quick, Lana actually has a desire to write a book, and so does Emma. And Emma's learning Fresh Start, which we don't actually need, because we already have it. So we're going to actually take her off of that, I think, and put her on writing some kind of a book. And I already took Harold off of the book he was writing. I think it was Axe Proficiency. And Emma has it too. but we have to take her off of fresh start first, and we'll put her onto the axe proficiency. It shouldn't take her too long to actually write that either. And then that'll help her out, and then Lana can do hers, but she needs to finish the wood economical construction first. But either way, we are at this battle now, so let's go ahead and beat up London a little bit. Oh, a couple of them are already incapacitated, whereas all of our soldiers are okay. I think one of these guys did have a inflamed wound, maybe? No, maybe not. If it was, it would have been... Okay, yeah. And see, they got themselves burned. That's so dumb of a bug to me. I don't even think it's a bug. I think it's literally just an oversight at this point. That they just run right into the fire. Look at that. All of them are just surrendering. Oh, that's perfect. Ballow's dead. Alright, yep. London is in a bad state now. We just completely ruined most of their army. We lost nothing. Captured 7. Oh, that is so perfect. Okay, get back home. And we'll let everybody heal up, and then we'll go attack York. They don't even have an army. Zivka. It's unfortunate that it's going to be against Zivka, because I would like for Zivka to actually be, you know, successful in her reign and everything, but, you know, kind of have to do it. Okay, now look at that. 14 prisoners. That's crazy. Now, if these were bandits, then I would actually hire them. Look at that. 17. Wow, I almost want to. After being hired, they receive a strong negative thought of fear, which lowers their courage. Okay. Huh. That even counts when they were actually warriors before. Huh. That's unfortunate. Maybe it's just because they're sad, though. I thought that if you captured warriors that you'd be able to take them into your army, but I guess maybe not. Otherwise, yeah, I guess we'll just end up selling all these then. Yes. Still a substantial amount of prisoners, though. Okay, so I was just waiting for Galindo's to go ahead and get his sleep meter filled back up and check for anybody that we can hire here, and there is nobody. Oh, yep, nobody. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and attack York now. There is nobody here at all. So let's just do a sudden make a vassal. Oh, we could actually send Lincoln, but even though Harold is a decent combat skill, I don't think we can actually do this. The number of units you can summon depends on your king's command skill. For every 3 levels, you can summon 1 unit. So I think that's one of these units, and you just need 3 command for it. And then you would need 6 for the second one. Okay. So why can't we do it? It doesn't let me. It's clearly grayed out. If you are a suzerain, all of your vassals' units are available for summoning. If you are a member of a city alliance, only those allies hostile to the target will be able to join. The loot will be divided equally among all participants, and... Huh, yeah, it doesn't really say why I can't. Maybe they just don't have the... maybe their forces just can't do it right now. But either way, we'll go ahead and send Galindos, and we're going to send a really small army here. There's no sense in sending all these people. We'll just send... maybe... What? Send this guy. And these. Just the people above 10. And we'll just send them with the axes. That's 4. Somebody may end up joining, though. That's the only thing I'm worried about. So we'll send these ones at 10. That should be good. Okay. And we'll send them with all axes. Oh, and I didn't even give them armor, I don't think, but that's probably fine. Okay, and I actually have changed my mind. I'm going to go ahead and disband this and recreate it, because we actually need to deal with our matriarch relation, because they're going to start embargoing us, apparently. I didn't even know this was a thing. Just on importing goods, so it'll probably be from the trader, I'm guessing, but just in case it possibly affects our trade routes, I really don't even want to chance that. That would absolutely mess us up. So we're going to send Hamlin, we'll send Auden, we'll send pretty much all of our people, because we're going to attack some bandit camps as soon as we're done with York. And we'll leave all these guys, I suppose, let them do some training, and we'll send... Oh, we actually have enough armor for, like, our entire army now. That's quite nice. And we'll send 4 more swords, I guess. No, I don't want them to break, so I guess I'll still just take the maces. There we go. That is quite a bit better. Now we'll make a vassal. Now, since Lincoln is actually kind of not necessary in this whole equation now, because they took out York for us, which was quite nice. I mean, we don't want them to leave because then York wouldn't be able to be our vassal, but I actually think a peace treaty would be okay here. It'll help our relation with them, and it only costs 700 gold, so we're going to send Emma to go ahead and take care of that. Now Zivka is actually returning home, so she's going to be in here during this battle. I wonder if she'll end up being the commander then. Yep, she will. Oh no, I hope Zivka doesn't end up dying. We'll just see if we can't get her to surrender. Okay, and another issue I'm noticing is that Canterbury actually doesn't like us. I think I already mentioned that, but I didn't really think about it, and we need to actually improve this. Why is it letting me start a trade route? I thought you needed a neutral relation. How interesting. How very interesting. Okay, well, whatever the case. It's going to be important to figure out something here, and the only thing I can think of is to give them a gift, but we don't have the medical cells right now. So, I mean, we could have Harold go, but he's always busy on the Chancellery right now. We could give them a peace treaty, but I would actually not mind eventually taking them over. So I don't really know what to do there at the moment. I think we're just going to have to wait and, you know, give them some medical cells when we're able. Now, of course, we are in a very dire circumstance now with the Matriarch because of this attack on York, but we need to do it so we can unlock this whole area of the map, and having access to more slots on the map means a lot more bandit camps, which will actually help us fix this Matriarch relation. But for right now, the trader isn't going to show up because there are just too bad a relation. I think it's minus 25, and then the trader stops showing up, so we'll need to fix that. Okay, so it's a good thing that we actually sent a full army here, because as you can see, they actually rebuilt their army pretty fast. This is a new update where they very quickly rebuild for their population. Now, this was supposed to be a thing to actually fix a bug, so it's not actually supposed to, I don't think, make them go from 0 to 17 this fast. It's just because they would have a very small army for the population they had, so they did this as like a save game fix. But not a big fan of it right now, of course, because this is a lot of soldiers that we have to now fight. But on a good note, we did start that peace treaty with Lincoln, and we also have a camp of forest bandits here that we can attack to fix our relation even more with Lincoln. But for some reason, they actually hate us even more now. I'm not really sure why. Child's enemy, maybe? Is that a new thing? Huh. Well, let's go ahead and jump into this battle at least, and hopefully this goes well. I'm a little bit worried about it because they actually have walls. This is the first time I've actually done a battle where they have the walls. Oh no. They've kind of actually added, in a way, siege warfare then, in a sense. It's not quite a siege, but wow, it is close. Let's hope this actually works. I'm a little worried too, because... Hold on. They're gonna actually run through that, aren't they? Let's let it burn and get out of the way of these arrows if we can. I don't think we're gonna be able to. Yeah, they can attack us all the way. Okay, let's just get going then. Okay, that might have been a really bad decision. I was hoping I could get out of the range. I know that range is huge, but I did not realize it was that huge. Alright, let's hope that we can do this. So, get over there, take this last person out. Alright. 15 left. I think we're okay then. And of course they run all right onto the fire again. That is just like you. Okay, and we should be good here. Apparently Ladiflat actually survived, which is their commander. Okay, so we lost 6. 1 escaped, but we did manage to capture 3. So honestly, I'm okay with it. We get a nice amount of tribute, and we have the rest of this map finally unlocked. So, well, not the rest, but, you know, a big portion of it. So there's 2 bandit camps there, or 2 soldiers at that bandit camp, 2 at this one. 21? Whoa, that is huge. Madrid, what are you doing? You have 61 soldiers. Go take that out. That's free money. Okay, well, we're going to attack this bandit camp on our way home. And it looks like we can actually have Lincoln join us into battles now as well. Why are they hating us even? Oh, okay, it's probably just because of that aggression. Yes. And tried to subdue me. I'm not really sure what that one's about. Restore relations. Unfortunately, Emma can't do it, though. So I think that's where we're going to call it. So we have our own bandit camp now to worry about. It would be nice to get Venice's, but they are no longer attached. So now we are really starting to have a bit of a standoff here with London, but I think we are definitely getting the better of them. What else is going on here? We got a trade market volume increase. Do we have any more people we can hire? No. Hopefully we get that trader, because we can make a lot of money selling these prisoners. I think a few might have escaped. I think a few escaped. That's okay. So, as always, I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.